This is the complete trading education, and here are the top Forex trades for the week.
Hello, this is Collar from the Complete Trading Education, and in this week's video analysis we're going to go over 5 Forex pairs. So the first one we're going to look at is Australian dollar US dollar, then we have the US dollar Canadian dollar, we also have the euro dollar US dollar, we have the euro against the Japanese yen, and lastly we have the pound US dollar. So the first one we're going to look at is the Australian dollar US dollar. Now if we look at the monthly chart, we can see that since 2011 price has been in a downtrend, and we know this because we saw lower lows and also lower highs, so that's indicating that we are in a downtrend. So if we want a continuation of this downtrend, we want to see this low support area being broken, so we want price to come below here to confirm that the downtrend is still intact. If we look at the weekly chart, weekly chart is giving contradiction information, because although we are in a downtrend, as you can see currently we are above the 200 moving average, which shows the bias is up, and the bars are also green, which indicates we should only look to buy, we should only look for long opportunities. And the only time I would start looking for long opportunities is if price can start to move up and break above this high here. If that does happen, then we could start to see the beginning of an uptrend. If we want to continue in the downwards direction, then we want to see price break below this area of support. That will confirm that the downtrend is still intact. Because if you look in the past, we can see that when price moved up here, when it broke below this area of support, it confirmed a continuation to the downside. So we want to see the same thing happen here. This is actually a period of consolidation, so to confirm which direction price will continue in, we want to either wait for a break to the upside or a break to the downside. Look at the daily chart. We can see clearly that price is just in a sideways movement, so this is a clear sign of consolidation, but price is above the 200 moving average, and the bars are, well, it's turning red and green at the moment because the markets are open. But if price can continue above this high, which I showed you on the weekly chart, then I would start to look for long opportunities. At the moment, stand aside and wait for the direction to show us which way the market is going to move. The next forex pair I'm looking at is US dollar Canadian dollar. If we look at the monthly chart, we can see that 2016, beginning of 2016, price moved down, then we went sideways to up, then another move down. So at the moment we are looking at a bearish market, so we want to make money when the market is going down. If we look at the weekly chart now, weekly chart is showing that price is below the 200 moving average, indicating that we can look for shorting opportunities, and also the bars are red, so two indications that we want to make money in a downwards market. So the first thing we want to wait for is price to close below this area of support. If we look at the daily chart, we can see that price is also above the 200 moving average on the daily chart, and the bars again are also red. So monthly is showing downwards movement, weekly as well, and the daily, so we can potentially look for short opportunities. Now price has pulled back at the moment to around this area here, which is this area of support, which is now resistance. So if price can just hold around here and continue downwards, then we could potentially see another move down. So once we do get that break below this area of support, we can look to profit from a downwards decline in this market. The next one I'm looking at is the euro dollar. On the monthly chart, price in 2014 was heading down. A lot of traders profited highly from this decline. Then price went into consolidation and found support around this area here, and since then we've seen a nice move to the upside, so we want to see a continuation of this before we start buying the euro dollar. On the weekly chart, price is currently green and above the 200 moving average, so both signs telling us that we can look to buy the euro dollar, but we still want to wait for more confirmation, and I'll show you on the daily chart. The daily chart price is above the 200 moving average and the bars are green, so again Monthly, weekly, and daily are showing that we can look for long opportunities to buy the euro dollar. So what I want to wait for now is I want to wait for price to move up and close above this high before looking to trade this stock, this forex pair. Sorry. You can see that we're in a nice uptrend because we're seeing higher highs and higher lows. At the moment, price has gone into a mini consolidation, which isn't significant compared to the nice move we've seen. So in comparison to this move, this period of consolidation is very small. If price does consolidate for, let's say, up to 3 months, then we might have something to worry about. But at the moment, it's only lasted, let's say, just over a month. So we're still in a nice overall uptrend. So once we get a break and close above this high, we can start to buy the euro dollar. The next forex pair we have is the euro against the Japanese yen. On the monthly chart, we see that price has been heading up since June 2016, so we're seeing a nice move here. If we look at the weekly chart, price is currently above the 200 moving average and the bars are green, so both of these indicating that we can start looking to buy the euro yen. If we look at the daily chart for a closer picture, price is also above the 200 moving average and the bars are green, and as you can see, price has been heading up and it's been using the 20 moving average, which is the blue line, and also the 50 moving average, which is the red line, as an area of support. So here use it as support, and again here use it as support, and it's continued upwards. So what we want to wait for now is again a break and close above this high, and then we can start looking to buy the euro yen. The last one we have is the pound against the US dollar. Now the pound is showing signs of strength over the US dollar. Previously we had this huge decline, then since then price has been going into a period of consolidation. Now it's starting to head upwards. If we look at the weekly chart, price is currently below the 200 moving average on the weekly chart. So when price is below this, we want to look to sell. But however, the bars are green, so we're having conflicting information here. We can potentially look to buy, but we would prefer to buy once price is above this 200 moving average. As you can see, price went into consolidation and going sideways, and since then price is starting to head in the upwards direction. Now on the daily chart, daily chart is showing prices above the 200 moving average and the bars are green, so we could potentially look to buy. However, we are still below the weekly 200 moving average, so it's best to wait for the weekly to be above the 200 moving average. But if you are a short-term trader, then you could look to profit before price hits that point. So if you are a short-term trader, then just wait for a break and close above this high, or look for pullback opportunities when price moves up and then pulls back to an area of support, and then you can buy around that area of support before the next move up.
Hit the subscribe button below and have full access to all my trading videos as soon as they are available.